Okay, thank you again for joining us in this market recap. So we begin with Sunlink Health Systems Inc. And on this platform we are using Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is by far the best, the biggest, yet though not the most popular stock trading platform out there in the market right now. So but it has by far the most diverse, the most encompassing research tools available on it. So check it out and have a look and see what you can make out of Charles Schwab. So before we go on, we can see the stock is up 148%. It reached a new 52-week high today as well. It says price reached a new 52-week high of $7.62. This exceeds the previous high of $3.30 by $4.32, and it is 1,126.45% above the 52-week low of $0.62. So this is on the news that Sunlink. This was yesterday. This announces $2 billion expansion capital and operating improvements of Trace Regional Hospital. So outside that, we can see everything is the stock is strongly bullish itself. The unbalanced volume indicator is also strongly bullish. MACD histogram is above zero and rising. Momentum is also strong. What more can we say? MACD is above the signal line and rising. It says it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. 200-day moving average is upward sloping. The MACD histogram is above zero and rising. It is outperforming the S&P 500 index. So easily it is. So we go on and look at what's going on. We can see that it's currently down, or rather upward of 49.22% at the moment. And I also believe the volume is also rising. So all of those are very, very positive signals. So Sunlink Health Systems up 148% or thereabout. So let's look at FTCV, FinTech Acquisition Corp, FTCV, yes. FTCV is associated with the trading platform eToro, so it's currently up 37.77%, trading above all of its trend lines at the moment, and they're all very bullish. So let's look at a daily chart right now and see what's going on. You can see daily charts are very strongly bullish as well. Coming down here, let's return to the 1 minute chart and keep the things as it is. Momentum is also strong. So eToro is going to go public through this Spark. So we'll move on to the next one, which will be ENZ. ENZ, sorry. ENZ Biochem up 30.24%, currently trending at the moment. Got a bounce from the 20, what I call it, a bounce, but it broke through, but also got some support from the $3.82 level, and since that time has extended, and all the trend lines are bullish. Even the momentum is bullish. So let's see what's going on. Let's see whether we can get more out of it. So it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising. Yes. MACD histogram is currently above 0 and rising. You can see also the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is also rising. I believe the volume is most certainly rising. We don't need to go and check anything. We can see that the volume is currently at $43.9 million, 43.9 million shares, and it says here the 10-day average is 981. Can you see that? 981,000, not even up to a million shares, and currently 43 million have exchanged hands. So this is very, this is what certain market analysts want. They want bullish signals, they want bullish trend lines, they want a rising volume, and ENZ is spotting all of that. So you can also see here volume spike as well. We would even look at that. See, our volume is up by 48%, which is this is actually more. It's actually just reading a volume of, this was recorded at when the volume was at 2.11 million shares. Currently it's at 43 million. So okay, it says 52-week high at 4.85. So okay, so you actually reached that and has since retraced. So let's go and see whether it reached. It must have reached at some point. So this is a 1 minute chart, 48. So this has not even recorded that 48. It says price reached a new 52-week high of $4.85. So this 1 minute chart, I don't know what it's talking about. It didn't record that. So, well, it does happen sometimes. They can, if it reaches a price and retraces and doesn't sustain it, this will not record that price. So we can check other time frames to see if that was recorded. 4.85. Yeah, exactly. See that this was recorded. It recorded something close to that. This is 4.77. This is 4. So we can go ahead and see whether the 10-minute recorded that 4.85. It didn't record it. 4.786. Let's see if the 15 minutes did. Okay, the 15 minutes did not. So I don't think. Let's keep trying. 30 minutes, it didn't record it. So, but that gives you a faint idea that you know of what I'm trying to say. You know, so ENZ is currently bullish in all directions. Volume is also rising, momentum is also strong. So from there we'll move on to SVRA. We'll move on to SVRA. SVRA is currently trading down, and nearly all of its trend lines are bearish at the moment. Momentum is also bearish, even though it's up 14.97% right now, retracing down to the 1 point below the $2 level at the moment. Let's see what's going on in the bigger picture here on Charles Schwab. Obviously, you know, this is the best platform you can ever imagine at the moment, even better than Robinhood. Robinhood is just more popular, but this is by far the best tool you can ever use. So SVRA Inc. is a biotech company as well. It also reached the 52-week high of $3.58. This exceeds the previous high of $3.17 by $0.41, and it is 259.73% above the 52-week low of $1. Volume also spiked as well. We have 123.7 million shares at the moment. So let's see what it's saying here. Volume spike exceeded 10-day average of 5.15 of 145 million shares, okay, by 180.81%. So exactly, so we are seeing, even though we're seeing, yes, we are seeing exactly, you can see momentum on the volume is high. Unbalanced MACD histogram is not exactly that great. Okay, momentum is also not so strong as well. So what is this saying? It's showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. All right, yes, you can see the 200-day trend line is still bearish. Obviously, this is not enough to change that. It's going to take some time before that will change. So it's MACD is below the signal line, and shares are presently 23.3% above the 200-day moving average. However, the moving average is declining, implying that caution is still warranted. It is outperforming the S&P 500. Okay, says momentum is strongly bullish. We didn't see that there as investors begin to buy shares. Okay, it may be trying to inch up now, and evidently volume is also high. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is most certainly positive, indicating that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So it's good. Momentum is strong. Volume is also bullish. Volume is also bullish as well. So it's also yet another bullish indicator. It's all ringing with the positives here for certain market analysts. So it's a positive for SVRA. So we'll move on and look at PENN. PENN Norton National Gaming. PENN is down 7.8% at the moment. So I believe yesterday, the 15th of March, it reached its all-time high. Let's have a look. Sorry, we got a comment and we couldn't reply. Are you still there? They're legit. You want us to have a look at KMPH? If you're there, just drop a line, tell us you're still there, so we know you're still there. Okay, so PENN National Gaming is currently down 7.94%. I believe yesterday it reached its all-time high. We can see that. Yes, and this stock has reached over. It has. During this pandemic, it has extended over 1,000% year on year. Yesterday it reached, okay, you can see that yesterday it reached that 52-week high. You can see that. So let's see if the guy has, can we check KMPH for you? Okay, let's look at KMPH quickly. Sorry about that. KMPH is down 7.21% currently. So it's been consolidating for some time now, trading in between its or rather slightly above its short-term trend lines and above the intermediate trend line. But because it was trading high, this 200-day trend line hasn't reflected this retracement that has occurred, and going by this sideways consolidation it's having now. That might also take some time. Momentum is gradually weakening at the moment, but let's look at the bigger picture here. You see, we can see it's down about 7% or thereabout, and going on, we can see it's this is the daily picture. It's currently trading above all of its trend lines at the moment. It says, and look at the volume. It says 13.5 million shares have crossed the tape today. And let's try and see if what the average volume is. Okay, it's slightly above its average volume. That is also good. So even though today it's declining, we also have that momentum is also improving. It's rising. It's positive. MACD signal lines above the MACD is above the signal line. So it says it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. It's outperforming the S&P 500 index. Momentum for KMPH is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. Today's volume, the last 10 days have seen significant volume in KMPH, with average daily volume above the average for the last year. Today's volume is no exception, with 13.46 million shares having traded so far already. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So um, going by that, we can see evidently the volume is high, um, higher than average, and we can see that it's just consolidating right now. It's a bit quiet, and if you want to disregard the fact that it is trading at a premium to its short and intermediate trend lines, and look at the prospects of the company, look at the look at the fundamentals, and also look at this all-time high, and expecting that probably it might retrace and reach up there again. So if you want to disregard all of those and just see if you can just watch it for a day or two, see if it's going to retrace any further, or if it's going to consolidate a bit further, so that these trend lines will catch up with it. This is the 1 minute, so let's look at the daily here. Let's look at that big picture here, so we can see if it's some of those trend lines, especially the short-term ones, will if it will come closer to them, or if they will come closer to the price itself. So currently it has pulled back. I wouldn't call it's not a correction yet. It has just pulled back a bit. So, but if you want to ignore the technicals and just go ahead and buy the fundamentals, by all means do so. Oh, 71% short interest. Okay, let's have a look and see. Give us a like if you're there, and let's get going. Let's have a look at the short interest. 71%. Okay, we don't have any data on that. Maybe because these guys don't want to be fueling. Okay, wait, KMPH. Are we not? Didn't we get this right? KMPH. KMPH. Let's try again. For some reason, it's not. Maybe because these guys don't want to get involved in fueling GameStop rallies and other stuff. So, well, if that is the case, if it has that short interest, then I can say easily just get involved with it. The good thing about short interest is that apart from all that is going on currently, the good thing about it is that it has that is money. That's 71%. Look at that. That's 71% of this market cap. 71% of 3.8 million. $0.5 million. That is what is locked up in the stock. So what does that tell you? 10% of that is about 33.3 million times 7 is roughly about $200 million in market in stock buy potential. So easily, I mean, without any doubt, it's definitely worth watching and probably getting involved, because at some point that can be sustained. It has the people who hold those positions who will definitely be flushed out, So yes, easily, it's a stock to buy, a stock to get involved with. And currently it's not trading at astronomical levels as well. Yeah, so give us a like, and thanks for joining us. Let's go in and look at we're looking at PENN. PENN is also another interesting stock. PENN is also very expensive, so it's not exactly for everybody. Today's volume is about 5.9 million. So let's okay, it's also above volume as well. So we can see the stock pulled back from its all-time high. It's reached that all-time high yesterday, the 15th of March. So it has a history of pulling back and also extending to all-time highs. So that is why we are covering PENN. It has a history of pulling back. You can see that. You can see he pulled back again. This was as recent as the 4th of March. He pulled back, and look at that, it extended again. This has been the case since when? Since look at that, since last year. In a few days time, we'll be celebrating this anniversary of records of retracements or bounce backs or bounce from 20-day trend lines and extending. You can see it has that written over it. So in recent times, as recent as December, began to do that, retraced below 20-day trend line, extends to new all-time high, retraced and gets a bounce from 20-day trend line and reaches all-time high as well, retraced again, just slightly below 10-day trend line, gradually inches up and retraced below 20-day trend line and didn't make it again. And this time around, as at the 4th of March, it retraced way below and almost getting support from the 50-day intermediate trend line and extends to all-time high again. So this is a stock to watch. And certain market analysts are saying don't be disheartened about what's going on with PENN. So let's see what's going on with it on the live stream. So you can see currently trading slightly above all of its trend lines. So PENN National Gaming down 7.81%, but don't be disheartened by that. So let's look at WBA. Walgreens is being sued by Arkansas acting Attorney General for fueling the opioid crisis in Arkansas. So currently it's down 0.65%. All of its trend lines are bearish at the moment. This is the 1 minute live stream. So let's look at what's going on in the day static. So if you're wondering, we're using Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is by far the best trading platform. Even though, of course, we all know that Robinhood is by far the most popular, by far the most has the most users. But it's if you're trading, it's not about the fanciness of your trading platform. It's about the tools, the research tools, the plethora of facilities and amenities you can use to get what's going on in the market. Screen stocks. I mean, they even screen stocks for you. If you go on to ideas, you can see much more and all that stuff. So by far, Charles Schwab is by far the best. They're not paying me for this, but you're evidently seeing what we're doing here. So it reached the 52-week high today. Regardless of that lawsuit, 52-week high of 56.11. This exceeds the previous high of 55.49 by $0.62. So you can see a market cap of 47.6 million, and let's see, 5.5 million is the average. Let's see whether it exceeds the 10-day average. Okay, it didn't reach that, so it's not exactly the best sort of figures market participants and the market analysts want to see. But regardless of that, it's strongly bullish at the moment. So momentum 14-day slow stochastic oscillator is bullish and rising. MACD is above the signal line and rising. MACD histogram is also above zero and rising. And 14 periods, the unbalanced volume indicator is not so wonderful. Let's see what it says there about it. It says today's volume is in line with the norm for this point in the day, with 5.49 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. Okay, the slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, so it's bullish but improving. So we'll move on and look at GCO. Genesco. Yes, if you just join us, hit that like button. Thank you very much for doing so. 68,000 shares, which is below average. So it's down 4.94%. Genesco. So it's currently trading based on this daily chart. It is down. It's trading below its short and intermediate short-term trend lines. Sorry, market cap of 737 million dollars. 14.992 million shares outstanding. You can see we don't have any fresh news there. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is probably waning. It says GCO appears to be correcting within a longer-term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares remain 70.4% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. It is outperforming the S&P 500 index. The momentum for GCO is strongly bearish. Alright, we saw that. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. Today's volume is on track to be lighter than usual, with 68,000 shares having traded so far. You can see its 10-day average is 139,000. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. And what is this saying? It says it's down 4.78%. Is it still that? Okay, it's down 5.25 now. So it's currently trading below all of its trend lines at the moment, based on this 1 minute live stream. So we go ahead and look at ABBV. ABBV is up 0.56%, currently bullish now, extending and departing from all of its short and intermediate trend lines. So there's some news there that it's going to sell some drugs or something like that. ABBV Inc. So 3.5 million shares below average so far. 194.7 billion. It is not a small company. It is a large cap. $197 billion. And is there any news? There's deals and mergers acquisition. There's some news concerning that. It says okay, US drug maker ABBV Inc. is in discussion to sell a roughly $5 billion portfolio of women's drugs acquired last year through its $63 billion purchase of Botox maker Allergen PLC. Sources familiar with the matter told. Okay, so far we can see momentum. 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is very bullish, and volume is not so great. Volume is at currently at 30.5 million shares, and the 10-day average is about 6.28 billion shares. So it says ABBV appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Okay, let's see, longer term uptrend. Okay, consolidating. All right, so shares are presently below the 200-day moving average. Are we looking at that? Is that the case? Shares are below 200-day moving average? No. Okay, sorry. Shares are above it, no doubt, yes. Which is rising along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average directional index is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement recently. It is lagging the S&P 500 index. Momentum is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. The unbalanced volume indicator is on track to be lighter than usual, with 3.5 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish, the slope of the indicator is positive, and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So yes, the US markets will close in about 15 minutes. Let's see who's here. Okay, you want us to look at FTCV. Okay, we're going to look at that. FTCV. FTCV is a SPAC that is involved with eToro. eToro is a platform. I don't know if it must be available in the US, but it's popular in the UK. So it's currently up 40.34%, currently trading below its short-term trend lines and getting some support. Currently broke through the 50-day intermediate trend line at the moment. So it's slightly retracing, and based on this 1 minute live stream, momentum is not very strong, but all in all, let's have a look. All in all, 50 million shares have exchanged hands today, and it's above average. The average is 154,000, so it is strongly bullish, at the moment. So you can see it's just started trading in January, I believe. You can see it has run up strongly bullish right now. So if you want to get involved, I would advise you just hold on and see. And just hold on to see if it's going to pull back, consolidate. It's strongly bullish now, even though on this 1 minute live stream it's currently a bit bearish at the moment, but don't be confused about that. This is only a small picture of the whole thing. It's run up a huge amount again, unless you believe there's some other thing there you can that's going to come out of it if you want to get involved at this sort of high prices. So for fintech acquisition corp, I would say just hold on and look for a pullback, retracement from the levels it is at right now. Okay. So we'll market is going to close in about 12 minutes. So let's have a look at GameStop before we retire. GameStop down 3.88%. AMC down 6.55, about 6.6%. KOSS down 6.57%. ABML down 2.18%. Sun Hydrogen down 7.54%. Uzop Energy down 9.6%, roughly 10%. ASTI down 13%. Chile Waste down 0.85%. Dark Pulse down 10.64% as well. Blue Sphere down 11.76%. Okay, so let's look at the stock we began with. SSY up, Sunlink up 145.6%. So thank you for joining us in this session. The market is closing in about 10 minutes. We just have to quickly run. Thank you very much for joining us.